everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all really well, and thank you for tuning into this video. My name's Laura Daligan, and in this video I have an invitation for you to join me and a group of people from all over the world on a mighty adventure. It is that time of year again, folks, as the sun is strong in the sky and Lammas or Lunasad, the first harvest, is just around the corner in the northern hemisphere. And for you lovely people in the southern hemisphere, Imbolc may not be too far away. You may still be feeling in the depths of winter, but the seeds of life are stirring slightly under the earth. Wherever you are in the world, it is this time of the year that for the last 4 years I've been offering Goddess Awakening as an adventure, as a journey into self-empowerment and discovery of the goddess within and without. So I get very excited at this time of year because it is one of my favourite courses. And in this video, I'm going to be explaining a little bit about the course, a little bit about the goddess archetypes that we connect with, and maybe what you can gain if you would like to join me and the gang on this adventure in 2019. So you may have heard me talk about this before. You may have seen Goddess Awakening come up other years, but I know a lot of people have said to me, "Oh, I missed it last year. I really want to do it this year." So if you would like to give it a go, if you would like to find out more what this course is about, stay tuned and I will share with you some of the things and the magic and the joy that we get up to over the 8 weeks we share this course together. So, Goddess Awakening does what it says on the tin. Well, it hopes to. We really hope to. It's a course to awaken connection with the goddess no matter where you are on your spiritual journey. You may not even be particularly on a spiritual path. This also works as a journey of really exploring different aspects and archetypes within ourselves. So it mirrors within and without. And whether you're on this for spiritual purposes or personal development purposes or both, I hope you will gain a lot from this. And from the feedback that I've had over the past 4 years, I feel that you might, because I've such lovely feedback from people, and some of the feedback is that this is a course they go back to again and again and again to discover more about the archetypes, to work through challenges or blocks that may have come up for them when they were on this course, and to go back over at different times of the year the archetypes and the goddesses that seem relevant for them. So to work with Goddess Awakening, I created a goddess wheel, and there's more about this on my website, all the W's, LauraDaligan.com. So this is the Goddess Awakening wheel, or a small version of it anyway. And there's 8 archetypes for the 8 weeks we look at this course. I could easily run this course over an 8-month period, and that's not out of the question at some point to go deeper, but I actually feel the energy, and again the feedback has come through with this as well, the energy of really diving deep and going there over those 8 weeks makes it a very immersive and intensive experience. And because all the tools, all the documents, the writings, the videos and the meditations, etc., are yours for good, you can always come back and take your time and go over this course and go over what you learn over and over again in your own time. But I do run this as an 8-week course. You can take your time with it. As I've always mentioned, there is no time limit, but I do keep the handouts of the course running every week. And here again is the wheel. So we go through 8 archetypes, and chicken or egg, you can either start with the maiden or the mother, but I start with the mother archetype. So traditionally, if you've looked up anything about the goddess or paganism, you may have heard maiden, mother and crone, and you'll see that in statues and sculptures all over the world, from the Romans to Africa to South America. You often get a triple aspect of goddess, and that really relates to the cycles of the moon, the new moon, the full moon and the dark moon. But there's a lot in between that. And there's a lot of goddesses over the world that don't really fit into those categories. Even with the 8 archetypes as here on the wheel, there are some goddesses which defy the rules, of course there are, and maybe embody many different archetypes or something completely different. But for a strong foundation, these 8 archetypes seem to work really well in ways of connecting with the goddess and getting to know the many ways of her. So I'll go through the archetypes and I'll go through how the course works and maybe what you will get from it as well if you so choose to join this adventure. So we start, as mentioned, with the mother. I decided to start with the mother rather than the maiden because, again, for me at this time of the year, it is Lunar Sad Lammas, the time of the great harvest and the great mother. And also I feel it's quite grounding to start with our roots, to start with the support of Great Mother Earth. So week 1 is the mother goddess, and we go back to the heart of civilization. We go back in time and look at how people and cultures all over the world had honoured the great goddess, had honoured the mother. And I think it's really heartening, powerful and humbling to see all over the world different cultures and tribes all honouring the mother, all honouring Mother Earth. And we also go back through our ancestry, and we also connect with the mothers in our lives as well in week 1. Week 2 is the maiden, is the crescent moon, is the beautiful innocence of the world. So we have the goddesses that are wild and free, and the ones that have that spark of life, the seed breaking forth into the earth. And before I go any further with these archetypes, by the way, we contain all of these archetypes within us. This is not specifically age related. You could be 95 and feeling the beautiful innocence and spark of the maiden, and you may be 15, 16 and actually feeling that you have great wisdom in your bones, and you feel sometimes more like the crone. So people can sometimes get triggered because this feels age related, like, well, I'm not a maiden anymore, why would that relate to me? And also because our media is often very based and focused on youth being the be all and end all and everything. So some of these archetypes may bring up triggers for us, and that's part of their magic. That is part of the work we're doing on this course, to work through that and to work through reclaiming those energies for ourselves and empowering them within us. So the maiden is a beautiful archetype, and we all know when we start something new, that fresh excitement, that first feeling of spring, or the first steps of falling in love, we all know that the beautiful newness of the maiden can be with us all. Then we go to the goddess of the wild woods. We go to the untamable wild goddess, she of the animals, she of the beasts, she of the trees and the land, she of the fairies and the nature spirits. So week 3, I think, is a week that a lot of us get on board with quite happily, is Wild Goddess Week. It's a time for us to let our hair down, to go out into the woods and enjoy the wildness of nature and the divine feminine within that. And then as we get to week 4, we have the Love Goddess. So again, there's more information on my website about all these different aspects. And we look at another goddess that may well have been a bit badly represented in myth and in folklore, and also within our media as well. But when we look at the Love Goddess, yes, we look at Aphrodite and Venus, and we look at the deities of love and physical passion and unconditional love. But we also, and most importantly, look at self-love and really nurturing our own hearts, our own lives, and being kind and compassionate to ourselves. So each week we absolutely look at the myths, the folklore, the stories that come from all these cultures and all these goddesses. And we also look at how we can nurture those energies within ourselves as well. So it really does work on those different levels. It works in mythos and culture, and it works with inner work as well. Then we get to week 5, and we get to the warrior goddess, the women that took up arms, the women that fought for what was right, hopefully, the fierce goddesses, the ones that stand there in our lives when times aren't easy and tell us to take heart, to take strength, and to fight for what you need. We explore the energy of the warrior goddesses, the Valkyrie, the Morrigan, the goddesses that really defy what womanhood has been for the past couple of 100 years, what we've been told womanhood has been. A powerful week, and a week of really finding the warrior within. Not saying going start fighting, totally not necessary, not needed, and actually not often that helpful, but to find that strength and that sense of knowing in alignment that you know who you are and you know how to really protect and speak your truth. So the warrior goddess is week 5, and then we get to week 6. We've been through all these archetypes. We've been through the the gates of the mother, the joy of the maiden, the wildness of nature, the heart of the lover goddess, and the spear of the warrior goddess. And we have maybe claimed our queenship. It's a time to tap into our sovereignty, or tap in to our sovereignty, to put that crown on and to really own our own power. That's a huge one. So the Queen Goddess Week is the week of the goddesses that ruled in all ways. And just as we get to that point of strength and power, someone's knocking on the door. Someone's tapping in the shadows and saying, come, you've got more to learn. There are places you need to go. And that is the Dark Goddess. So week 7 is the week of the Dark Goddess. The week of facing the shadows, the week of finding the strength within those dark places, of journeying to the underworld, of stripping off all that we have that's brought us to our queenship place, that's made us really sure of who we are. And in the Dark Goddess Week, we face the mirror of who we are truly without all of that. A very powerful, very healing week, week 7. And out of the underworld we come for week 8, and we sit around the fire of the Crone goddess, the wise woman, the one who's been there, the one that's been made into the wicked witch in the woods in many fairy tales, but the one who has experienced life, the one who has taken all of this on board and been there many times over, and has that twinkle and that sparkle in her eye because she holds the wisdom of all the goddesses within her. And we sit and we listen to her wisdom in week 8, and we process what we've learnt over this course. So it's quite a big journey, as you can imagine, and it can bring quite a lot of things to the table. But as a whole, what I hope it brings is a sense of empowerment, excitement, wisdom, and purity in the way that we connect with the different aspects of the goddesses around the world or within ourselves. You may choose to work with a specific goddess in different aspects through this course. That's fine. If you have a deity you'd like to explore more, or several deities, or a pantheon, that can be quite good actually, because it can be quite pushing it to make one deity fit all of the archetypes. But if there are a few goddesses or a pantheon you'd like to work with, you can connect with that pantheon through these archetypes. Or, as most people do, you can leave it open. You can see which week, which goddess calls to you. I provide lists and ideas of goddesses you can connect with and research each week. So you can leave it open to which goddess calls to you over each week for you to explore that little bit more. And the course works like this. It's 8 weeks as mentioned, and over that 8 weeks, every week you receive some beautiful PDF documents that you can work through. The worksheets illustrated and full of prompts, ideas and things to get your teeth into. I love a bit of homework, so there's a lot of homework in there as well. Each week this is about each different archetype that we're working with, so there'll be suggestions of different goddesses that you can connect with. You also receive a meditation to connect with that archetype each week, and you receive a video, usually about 15 minutes to half an hour, more like half an hour usually, really going into the heart of this connection with the goddess, and ideas, crafts, opportunities. If you want to get crafting, we do have some craft projects over the course. Oh yes, we do. We like to get creative. We have tarot spreads or oracle spreads that relate to each of the goddesses too. And we also have some recipes and some self-care ideas as we go through the course. There is so much, and I do pack a lot into the 8 weeks, but remember, this course is for life, and people that did the course the first time around have done it, some of them more than once over this time, over the last 4 years, and I've been told plenty of times that they go back to the archetypes and they work with them at different times of the year. So everything you're receiving on this course is for you to keep and for you to go back to again and again and again. So I really hope that you'll be inspired to join us on this journey. We begin in August, on August the 5th, so it's really quite soon now. I'm quite excited it's coming around. If you would like to embark on this journey with me and with a team of people all over the world. Oh, I forgot to mention as well, because people all over the world getting involved in this. We have a private Facebook group where everyone can chat, can connect, make new friends, get to know each other, and share their journey and share their discoveries, post photos of their projects and ideas, and share discoveries of the goddesses of around the world. It's a really lively group, so I will hope you would want to join in and make new friends. So if you feel drawn to this course, and if you would like to join me on this adventure and invest in some time for you, this is what this course is. This is a time for alignment. We go from the Lunar-Sad time, or Imbolc, and we go through to the time of the equinox, the autumn equinox or the spring equinox, depending on where you are in the world, and beyond. And we really go through that deep journey and spend some time focusing on our path, our spirituality, our self-development. And I hope that what comes through from this course is a greater sense of self-knowledge, a greater connection with the goddess in your life, and a greater sense of purpose, that you can move forward and take this wisdom, and take the wisdom of these ancient archetypes with you, and move forward and enjoy this magical adventure. There is ceremony in this as well. There's rituals if you wish to take part in them. There is just so much. More information is on my website, all the W's, LauraDaligan.com. We start August the 5th. The fabulous price for this is £95, and again, for that little price you get everything, all these course materials, 8 in-depth meditations, 8 weeks of handouts and topics and discussions and ideas, and 8 videos, all for that price, plus the group and the team. So I really hope you want to play and want to really delve in and focus on the goddess and on your development this time. So find out more and book and enroll at LauraDaligan.com. I cannot wait to share this journey with you. So I'll see you all really soon. Lots of love, take care, and thank you for watching. Bye.